What's up, party people? Jude Snowboarder here from Facebook, Jude's Junk on Facebook Marketplace, Shop, and a YouTube channel for these videos that might be helpful. For frequently asked questions, feel free to like the page and the YouTube channel. So a lot of questions about first edition, second edition, third edition, and newsstand and direct. So it's changed over the years. So the early 80s first, second, and third editions are very tricky. You get into Star Wars. I think the first reprint says reprint, but I think the third reprint does not say reprint. And then you get into what is Whitman versus not. So let's just start off with first, second, and third prints. The newer stuff are pretty easy if you know how to read the barcode. It should say the edition on there. Most of the tools that are out there can help you find those. So after the 80s, they figured out they need to get much better at marking first, second, third, fourth editions. So I see those on Zap Kapow, pretty standard. Some of the early TMNTs were a little tricky. You had to look for a certain picture on the inside cover. Some of the early Batmans, they weren't tricky, but if you open the front cover, Batman Dark Knight Returns, you open the front cover, it'll say book 1, 2, or 3. Early G.I. Joe, I have a number 2 that I've always thought was their first print. Well, back in the 80s, at the very end of that little paragraph at the bottom of the first inside page, they would just put in second print at the end of the paragraph. Well, it was in such small letters that you could take in a pencil eraser and just erase off second print, my G.I. Joe number 1 or 2, and then sell it as a first print. And if you don't know to look for that, you might be buying a second print that's just had that little second print type at the very bottom of that small itty bitty paragraph erased. So you got to look for a lot of things in a lot of different books. Hopefully they'll be marked first, second, or third print on the inside cover in the old days, or in the newer stuff, well, not newer stuff, 80s stuff, that small paragraph at the bottom, when you insert inside, it shows the volume. And in the better stuff, it'll say right after volume 1, issue 25, first, second, third printing. But before that, they would just add on little print at the very end of that paragraph, second print. That's my son. So you kind of now know what you're looking for. So older books, 80s is when they started coming out with second prints. Maybe late 70s with Star Wars. It can get tricky. That third print of Star Wars does not have the word reprint on the front, I believe. But then it might have a Whitman blank UPC, and it might not, because there's a difference. So anyways, getting to 80 books, it's very tricky. Newer stuff should be easy to look for, but be aware of that. Do your research, and if all you got is eBay, that's not enough tools. You need better tools. Or you can reach out on Facebook. Newsstand was always the standard until like the late 70s, like 79, 80. What's up, buddy? All right, I better go. I better do a different video for newsstand and direct.